What do you see as the reward for faithfulness? I'm Christy Birchfield, and today we are looking at the last two verses in Daniel chapter 2. It's been quite the journey just getting through this chapter. The book is incredible, but this chapter, there was so much there that we could see and learn from in terms of leading through challenging circumstances. And these last two verses really pull out an incredible key that if we aren't looking for, we'll miss. And honestly, when I read this verse, if I'm not careful, there's a tendency to misunderstand. Because you see, I grew up in kind of the corporate world, business world, and watched people who would get promoted and then would promote all their friends. Or they would move companies and then they would make a spot. They'd end up firing people and make a spot for all their friends. And they just move all their friends over. And that whole idea of, just wanting to be surrounded by the people that you like all the time and just doing things for people because you like them. I think that has actually jaded my opinion of this last two verses, and I had to take a step back and reread this. So Daniel chapter 2, verse 49. The king has been overjoyed with everything Daniel has done, and he has rewarded Daniel with some position and authority, some prestige. But in chapter 2, verse 49, it says, "Moreover, at Daniel's request, the king appointed Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego administrators over the province of Babylon, while Daniel himself remained at the royal court." And yes, reading this, my first thought was, oh, he got jobs for his friends. That's so nice. But if you aren't careful, like I said, we miss what really happened here. You see, Daniel accepted the position that the king offered him, and he went back to his three friends and said, hey, you need to give them positions too. Think back to the story. And if you've missed any of this session, you can always click on the link in the description below. It'll take you back to the full playlist. But when we read back through the story, those three friends are mentioned as well earlier. Those three individuals were people that Daniel went to and said, pray with me. We are in a dire situation. These circumstances are going to be really terrible. I need your prayers. I need you to pray with me. And they did. If we downplay the power of prayer, then we are missing out on the greatest weapon in our spiritual armor. These three friends fought the battle through prayer. And as a result, Daniel understood just how great their presence and sacrifice was. And Daniel knew he would need people who would go to the Lord in prayer on his behalf and on behalf of all of them. Daniel wanted to ensure that they were rewarded for the high role and position that they played in Daniel receiving the message from the Lord and in being able to save everyone. So as we think about just how incredible that experience was, do we recognize the power of prayer? Do we see how strong people are who are backing us up in prayer? Are we thankful? Are we respectful of all that these people can accomplish simply by getting on their knees before a holy God and bringing their requests to Him? Daniel is thankful and grateful to them for all they did and is ensuring that everyone else gets the benefit of their strength in prayer as well. These appointments weren't just about the fact that they were friends. It was about the impact that they made individually as part of the prayer team that helped accomplish the goal for this particular purpose. Daniel knew they were stronger together because their God is the strongest of all. When you think about that, who do we need to thank and to recognize for their tremendous time spent in prayer for us? Make sure that you are recognizing those people today. I'd love to hear any comments or thoughts you have on this. Also, be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you tomorrow as we move on into chapter 3. Thanks.